Hiya, John Mansell, exboozehound, hope you're well. My last two vlogs have been related to ADAS, the Association of Directors of Adult Social Services, and this one is too. With my friend's hat on, I should probably call it something like the one with the politics. I don't know how I'm going to pull all this together. I've done some research. I'm going to do some quoting. I'm going to give my opinion, whether it's right or wrong. I don't really care. If it's wrong, tell me. That's cool. But those of you who know me have known me for a long while, and you know, I've always put myself, or people have always called me, a mental health activist or advocate, and that's cool. But I'm slowly, or I'm definitely, I feel that if people are going to call me an advocate or advocate or activist, then it should include adult social care as well, or social services, because I have come to learn how important they are, as important as the NHS to many people. So I'm going to start with a headline from a paper on the 14th, Friday the 14th of May. And the headline was, "Deadly Toll of Our Social Care Crisis." And then it went on to, the first line of the piece went on to say, hundreds of people are dying each week waiting for vital social care support while Britain waits for Boris to fix the broken system. Quite a serious headline, and again, I've wrote down here, and I don't know where I've got this quote from, but it just says that the news, politicians, social services management, staff and users tell us that adult social care is broken. Okay, let's take that for what it is. I'm in a privileged position in that I've been allowed access to places where not a lot of outsiders will have had access, and I believe most definitely that the adult social care is fixable. I see, you know, the passion, the dedication, the drive of the bosses, of the carers, of the middle management, of everybody involved, and with that team in place, I just don't understand how we haven't got a perfect system. I think there's obviously many things that we need to fix the broken system, if it is broken. Firstly, we have to ensure everybody has a better awareness and understanding of what adult social care is. It's not just old people. Just under 50% of the budget is spent on people working age from the ages of 18 to 64. So this idea that it's not just about old people, that's one of the first things we need to understand. Secondly, I think that we the people who need and use adult social services and that we have to adjust our expectations of what these services do. These services aren't there to fix you. They aren't there to run your life, and in my opinion, they're not there to run your life and fix your life and do all that. They're there to help you rebuild your life, whether it be physical or whether it be mental or whether it be whatever it be. They're there to support you. They're not there to fix you and run you. So I think that we, as people with whatever wishes we got, we have to realise that we can't rely on services to do everything for us, and we have to build our own resilience and our own understanding of our situation, and rely less on the professionals, because at the end of the day, I still believe 90% of your survival is down to you. Doesn't matter what sort of care that you're having or you've got to do a lot of it. And then sort of thirdly, sorry I'm reading some of this stuff, a truly realistic, real funding plan for the future, but a future that starts now, not sometime next year. Now, you see the arguments on the news all the time that adult social care, NHS, whatever, has been underfunded for many years. I think one of the things that, all these theories about COVID, I think whatever the truth is, this is my opinion, and I'll stand by it, if the previous governments hadn't underfunded national health system and adult social care for so many years, we would have a lot less deaths. It's just the system, and COVID has brought it to the power that we now know that this underfunding has left us with a not fit for purpose system. If we'd have funded the services better for the last 10-20 years, there would probably be a hell of a lot less deaths. Here comes the politics. Boris, in his first speech on the steps of Downing Street in July 2019, said, "We will fix the crisis in social care once and for all." Now, this is the bit of what he said that is always quoted. But there was more to what he had to say, and this is the next bit. And with a clear plan, we have prepared to give every older person and dignity the security they deserve. Boris, how have you got a clear plan when obviously you don't even understand what adult social care is? You've gone straight in and said, give every older person the dignity and security they deserve. Dude, I'm going to say it again, just under half of the budget is spent on people between the ages of 18 and 64. Politicians and people in the know have got to stop carrying on this myth that it's just about older people. It's not. It's about people between the ages of 18 and death, basically. And then in one of the ADAS meetings, Liz Kendall MP, Shadow Minister, Health and Social Care, she did a speech, which I said in one of the vlogs before that I weren't that impressed with, but she did seem to show a little bit more understanding about what adult social care was by saying, here we go again reading, the pandemic has also entrenched misperceptions about social care, that it's only about older people, when a third of users and half the budget for social care is for working age adults with disabilities, and that is all about that is all about care homes when there are more people getting care and support in their own homes. So brilliant, she's got a little bit more of an understanding there, it seems to be. And then she went on to say frontline care workers are chronically undervalued and underpaid. Families who provide the vast majority of care get too little support in return. I mean, absolutely, there's so many people out there that are caring and get very no support. So Liz, she was doing well, and then she went on to say, our goal is to transform support for older and disabled people as part of a much wider ambition to make Britain the best country in the world to grow old. So she's done all that good stuff in the first bit, but then she's ended up with the same theory, myth about it being people who are grown old. I found another little bit in, and this was in the same paper piece of Friday the 14th, Deadly Toll of Our Social Care Crisis. And it was a guy called Steve Reed, Labour's Shadow Communities and Local Government Secretary. He seems to be on the ball, and he said older and vulnerable young adults in need of good quality care can't afford to be ignored any longer. And absolutely, you know, it cannot go on any longer. Now, still on the politics bit, I did a bit of research, and apparently Labour were last in power from 1997 to 2010. And between 1997 and 2008, public spending on adult social care rose by 53%. Now, I haven't done any other extra. I mean, that's a hell of an increase in what, 13 years. I don't know whether that at that point we had a much better adult social care system. Who knows? I mean, I to be honest, I couldn't be bothered to look into that. You guys can tell me. Again, on the politics side of things, I don't really understand massive politics, and it's great that they were able to rise the the spend on adult social care by 53%. But I seem to remember people telling me that you know, once Labour came out in 2010, the country was bankrupt. So I don't know. Did they do the right things? Did they increase the investment without looking at the way things need to be run? I don't know. Now, I got some stuff from a website, the King's Fund, and this was published in 2010. And one of the things I've picked out is a question: how well integrated are health and social care? And it says people's needs do not always fall neatly into separate health and care categories. These needs can only be met effectively when the NHS and social care are joined up around the needs of the individual. One study found that 90% of people receiving social care also receive secondary health care over a 3-year period. Now here comes an opinion, whether it's right or wrong. I see the people at adult social care and NHS trying to work hand in hand with each other. I'm not convinced they've got it right. And bearing in mind this is 2010, we're 11 years on, we've known for at least 11 years what's got to happen, and I honestly don't believe it's rocket science. It's about working effectively with the person. And I still don't think adult social care and NHS work in an integrated way as well as they should. And part of me thinks, again, this is an opinion, part of me thinks it's because we all live in a cover my ass at all cost society. So people who go into care, and go into it for the money, obviously, because the money's not there. They go in because they care. And what I feel is that the red tape and the regulations rip the heart out of the carers and the people in the sector, and it means they have to care with their mind, and their mind is always on the rules and regulations and covering their ass in case anything goes wrong, whereas there should be it should be done on the heart. These people who are carers should be allowed to care in the right way. Again, that's my opinion, it doesn't matter. And then the King's Fund went on to say there is growing evidence that more can be achieved when resources are used jointly across health and care. Integrated early intervention programmes can generate savings of £1.20 to £2.65 per every pound spent. Now I think I've actually covered everything that I'd written down. Let's have a quick look. But honestly, if you'd been in the situations that I've been, if you've spoken to the people that I've spoken to, the staff, carers, individuals in between, bosses, they know what they've got to do. Is it just down to funding? Perhaps it is. So I've got a few questions at the end of my vlog, and if you guys out there would like to answer it, please do. Would Labour do a better job than the Conservatives? Straight out question, innit? Why have I heard in a number of meetings very similar words about commissioning? Things like, commissioning gets in the way. We are not commissioning the joined up services we need, and one person said, I see commissioning as a swear word. Now that's so we're not commissioning the right services, and that's interesting. Do you, as the carers, know how things would run better because of your frontline experience? Do you know stuff that the bosses don't? Are your bosses listening to you? From my experience, I believe that they are. From my experience, but you out there, the carers and the people who work within the services industry, if they're not, let's find a way of making sure they do. Again, through intermediaries, perhaps like myself, who can say whatever the hell I like directly to them. You know, it can come anonymously. I can't say that word very easily. And my last question is, I haven't worded this correctly, but earlier on I said that there was, I believed there's a cover your ass at all costs attitude in the world, and I believe it exists in social care and NHS and all sorts of things like that. I think it in teaching and education it's there as well. I know they were talking about that a little bit this morning, talking about the mental well-being of children, not just the loss of learning. Don't even get me onto the should teachers be looking after the mental well-being of our children. No, they shouldn't. People with experience should be going in there and helping children understand how it is possible to grow with life with mental health issues. Anyway, let's get back onto, because I wanted to keep this under 20 minutes. So, are some of the things that are getting in the way of you doing your job to the best of your ability, to what your heart tells you, to is it this thing that you've got in your mind that there's red tape here, there's regulations there, there's this there, and is there an attitude of I must cover my ass at all costs, which stops you caring for the people that you care for in a more proactive, holistic, person-centered way? I believe adult social care is fixable. I believe the NHS is fixable. I actually don't believe doing both of those things is rocket science. But I think part of the problem lies in the size of the organisations and the people and the things within. I think we need to step away from we've always done it this way, and we need to be willing to take more gambles and risks. I know gambles is the wrong word, but we need to try different things in different ways, and most of all it comes down to this thing that we've been banging on for years about it being about the person and putting them in the centre and bringing the services to that person, not that person pinging around all the different services. I did a blog ages ago called Mr. Benn Explains MCPs. I'll put a link down there. Right, it's coming up for 20 minutes, so I'm going to shut up. These are my opinions. These are from the research that I've done. I hope some of you guys out there, like West Midlands ADAS and ADAS, will see this and will share it. I don't see what I said is negative. I see it as, I hope it's constructive and positive. You know, it's imperative that we get it fixed, and I really believe the people in power there, the people that work there, they know how to fix it. They know what they've got to do, but they're not being allowed to do it. Is that just down to money? I think it's a good chunk of it, but we can do this. You can do this. You guys, if you're working adult social care, you know you can do this, and if I can do anything to help that, I will always be willing to do so. So I'm going to use my motto again right at the end: enjoy the good and ride out the bad. Take it easy, and hopefully catch you all soon. See you later. Bye.